Hello, and in this video we're going to show you how to share the map layout that we created in our previous video. So we're back on the ArcGIS Pro page where we zoomed into the University of Central Missouri plots, and then we're going to click over here on layout, which remember brings up a new set of tools for the layout as far as navigating, inserting different scales and arrows, and we can include charged legends. We can do different analyzings. There are a tremendous amount of tools for being able to do that. We can view in different panes. We have imagery, and then where we can look at the different raster functions and view the pixels. There's a lot of different things, but the one we want to focus on in this video is we want to focus on sharing the layout that you just created and turning it into something that you can print out, something that you can post to a website. That you're going to get an opportunity to do that at the end of this tutorial. There will be a test your knowledge assessment where hopefully you're completing these projects as we go along, installing ArcGIS Pro, setting up an Esri account, going through the basic tools tutorial, and then following along with creating a layout and then sharing that layout. And at the end of that assessment, there's a place for you to go ahead and share your map file that you're going to create. So once we get to this point, it's actually relatively simple to be able to share the layout. And so what we're going to do is we start off in insert, and that's where we create the map frame, which created this project, and it shows all of the different elements in the table of contents. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go up here to the share tab, and we have project templates, layout files. Save this layout as a new layout file. A copy of the layout's definition is saved. And that is something that you can do if you want to be able to save this, to be able to open it up at a later time, and to be able to add to it or work with this data set. So we can go ahead and show you how to do that. We're going to click Layout File. And so I'm going to go to Desktop and Arc Training. That is where we have been saving everything, and that is the actual home file folder. You can see the little home button here where we've been saving everything. And now this is a PAGX file that is exclusively for ArcGIS Pro. So you should be able to go ahead and fairly simply, we're going to relabel this University _ campus view. And you'll notice as you progress through ArcGIS Pro that a lot of the file formats are saved using underscore a lot. So I've never really researched into why it is that way, but it does really help keep things broke up. So we're going to go ahead and save a copy of this layout to open up later. And it'll go ahead and save that layout file. Now, if there's ever any issues when you're creating project templates or trying to save layout files, as you get into more advanced features of ArcGIS Pro and you have different layers involved, those layers have to be of a similar format in order to save as a project template. So if there's ever any issues, there will be a red box that pops up that tells you that you need to make some changes in order for project templates to be created. If you're creating data sources, which are geodatabases for different file formats, you could also run into that same problem. So we just created the layout file for this so that we can access it later. If we go ahead and we access the art training file, we should be able to look in here, and we should be able to find that file, and it probably is under. So one of the things I will show you with this is this GDB file here is actually called a geo database, and it basically it's just several files that are put together, and we're looking for the we are looking for the file that was just saved. Let's try that one more time. There it is. It's saved to the actual. It's saved to the desktop versus saving to the art training folder that I failed to click on. So we're going to go here real fast, and we're going to move that right over here into our art training folder. So things come up and things do happen just like we just saw. And so now if we look in here, you'll see University Campus View ArcGIS Pro layout. So you can always go back and check and see what happened. And it's probably a good example to see when something can go wrong and how to adjust and to find your file once you created that file. So with that being said, now we want to create a PDF file for sharing and viewing your map. So we're going to go ahead and go back here, and we're going to look at share. And this button right here that says print. We can actually print our layout and be able to have it hang on a wall or put in a frame. Great example of doing this is if you were creating maps for, and you've probably seen them in hospitals or in large public buildings, fire escape routes. It's really, really neat, all the different things that you can do with this to create printable layouts for use. So this is something that we could print out, but what we're going to do is, just for this simple tutorial, we're going to go ahead and create a save file. So one of the things is you have a lot of different file options that you can use. You can create JPEG files, bitmap files, PNG files is something that you can use in like Corel or in GIMP. It's I like to import my maps into GIMP is a free program, kind of like Corel Draw, and you can put frames around your maps. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do with PNG files, but just for the easy, just to share the map file, I've already created one, a PDF, and PDF seems to be the easiest one to share. I don't mess with the resolution because it's already fine. I do set the image quality to best so that you do get that nice, clean, crisp map when you print it out. And then we're going to resave this as University of Central Missouri PDF, and we're just going to put campus view here just to create an alternative one so that you can see. We're going to go ahead and we're going to export that, and that's important. We've already saved the map layout. Now what we're doing is we're creating an image file that we can use to upload, and this is what you will need to do in the Test Your Knowledge assessment. It's just going to ask you to take this image that you've created and just click on the upload file to be able to upload that image so that we can see that you've got a grasp on how to log into ArcGIS Pro, create a simple basic map, and then share that map with everybody else. So we're going to go ahead and export that, and it's exporting the layout now. And so we're going to shrink this down, and we're going to go into our art training, and we're going to double click on this PDF file. And so this is going to bring up a PDF file that's an image of exactly what we just created in ArcGIS Pro, and we can share this, we can print it, we can save it, we can do a lot of different things with it. But this should give you the basic knowledge and understanding that you need to be able to share a map document or a map image so that you can print it out or be able to upload that file like in the assessment that you're going to do at the end of this training tutorial.